Welcome to this episode of the Next Guy Up podcast. This is Mason. I got Zach here. I got Tinsley here.
What up?
Can you believe it's week 3, going on week 3 of NFL season? We got some college football. You're going to blink and it's going to be over and it's going to be the middle of summer. I don't know what week it is in college football. Is it 4? Week 4?
Can you believe that it's already week 3 in the NFL? And oh yeah, we've got some college football happening.
College football also. Yeah, he's an
Mason,
NFL guy for sure.
This guy Mason hates college football.
I got
He
roasted.
does.
I got roasted in group text because I was like, "Hey guys, UCLA fired their head coach," and they were like,
He was like a week late. Missed the conversation on the pod.
We talked about it on the pod.
It's okay, Mason.
I'm locked in.
We don't hire you to be a college football expert. We hire you to be an NFL expert.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm prepared. I got my notes. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're
NFL,
very knowledgeable on the NFL. How's your fantasy football team doing?
Great question, Tins. Surely he's doing very well.
So not good.
Why don't you tell the class who you drafted and who's your starting quarterback right now?
In a league, we can start 2 quarterbacks in, everybody.
2 quarterback. Who are both your quarterbacks?
Okay, so I did have Drake May, and then he didn't play so well in week 1, so I put Justin Fields in there, which played well in week 1. Then got a concussion.
Right.
Gave the game away. Not good.
Who's your other quarterback?
Who's my other quarterback?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
That's
pretty good. That's not bad.
But surely all those extra skill position players you drafted are doing really well for you since you waited so long on quarterbacks.
Okay, mister, you were the last one to get one, so I don't know why you're roasting me over here. You sat and waited until yours actually got taken.
Am I in last place in the league?
Good question.
If the league ended today, who's in the playoffs and who's sitting at Waffle House?
That would be me. But listen,
Sure,
would you rule out an 0-2 team right now in the in NFL?
I'm ruling out lots of 0-2 teams in the NFL.
You're ruling out the Titans right now?
The Bears, the Titans, the Panthers,
cooked.
The Texans, cooked. The Dolphins, worst record in the NFL. Gave you that bet in June. You're all welcome. Plus 2,000.
I wonder what it's at now.
I don't know. I don't think you can bet it now. I don't think they'll let you bet it in season.
Love that.
Love it. All right. Speaking of this weekend,
yep.
I had a craving. You guys ever get like a sweet tooth and it has to be fulfilled no matter what?
Yes.
You ever just craving a certain sweet treat? Not Mason. He has a 6-pack. That's mostly a question for Zach.
It's true.
Mason turns his nose up at sugar. I
don't have the biggest sweet tooth. Sorry, everybody.
Red things.
And red things. Yeah, exactly.
Love a good s'mores blizzard, though. Go ahead.
Discontinued. I've
I've
never understood. Well, yeah, they don't have it during the fall.
Seasonal, Mason.
It's pumpkin spice everything now. Yeah, that's your fault for supporting Big Pumpkin.
It's come back around.
Yeah, it's pumpkin everything now.
Okay, so you had a sweet tooth.
Yeah, so I wanted some Buckeyes, some chocolate covered peanut butter balls, right? So I asked Morgan to make them. Obviously, I don't know how to do that. So
he's a big Ohio State supporter, sounds like. Go ahead,
right.
Sorry.
This guy. So she made a batch of them. It made too many. It made 50. Now
that's a lot.
How many Buckeyes do you think is appropriate to eat in a weekend?
So I'm going to give an over-under for just the average Joe as for a weekend. I'm going to say 12. But for Tinsley, the over-under is going to be 32.
You're looking at a guy who once ate an entire pack of generic off-brand Oreo cookies in like one night. So I'm probably not the average American in this one.
Right.
I'm a binge
or the
eater.
50 count nuggets.
I promise you I will eat it. I feel like my number is 30 to 40, which
I'm gonna
would
say
be
30.
really bad
I'm
for
gonna
my
say
health. I would do it and then I would feel horrible.
I'm gonna say the over. I'm gonna say 35.
It's probably like 10,000 calories.
Well, not only did I have 40 of them this weekend, I smoked a whole Boston butt, an 8-pound one.
I like that.
On Saturday, it was gone by Monday lunchtime. And then I also made Yeah, I'm not eating it all by myself. Morgan, had a sandwich here or there. I might have had a majority. I also made a bunch of wings. Little peek behind the curtain. If you guys listened to the last episode, you saw that I did a test review of the Mountain Dew trolley. That wasn't the first time I had that. I had actually had a bunch of those all weekend long. So let's just say I had a really, really good food weekend.
Yeah.
And have been feeling it. Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Football season is eating season as well.
Yeah, I'm a big stress eater. If I'm watching a game that I care about, it's pretty much just snacking through the whole thing. And
So
whatever's
that
in front of
UT
me,
Georgia game.
I've had to be really intentional about like not having chips and sweets because I will just eat all of it.
I think I had 10 of those Buckeyes in the last drive where the Bengals came down and beat the Jaguars. I think I had 10 right there.
Eat the pain away.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
Then you feel worse after.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to know where you guys stood on Buckeyes and how many you eat in a day, which also will bring me to another review. Reese's Oreo.
I've seen this advertised. I'm so excited you're doing this because I want to truly know.
I could only find the little ones, which if you know where I stand, I think these little mini Reese cups can sometimes be better. A little better ratio of chocolate to peanut butter.
Higher peanut butter, yeah.
So
while he's opening that, do you remember the time we did the candy draft and he just drafted all Reese's?
I got all the different kinds of Reese's. That was a smart draft. So
chocolate
this is we got a white cream chocolate up here, and then the normal chocolate, and then in the middle is supposed to be peanut butter, obviously, and then little pieces of Oreo. And we're going to review it.
On the pod.
In the fridge.
This is free. We're not charging you for this review.
So that's just a Reese cup with a little bit of crunch in it.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty down on that.
What about the white chocolate?
It didn't taste like anything different. It just tastes
didn't
like
even taste the Oreo crunch pieces.
We don't really taste like Oreo. It just tastes like crunch.
The peanut butter probably overtook the whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6.2. Give it a rating. 6.2.
Ooh, disappointing.
I'm a little let down by that. This time of year, they also have the Reese cups with like the marshmallow top for the ghosts, and that's actually where it's at. If I could have reviewed that, I'd much rather reviewed that. But there we go. More eating and drinking on the pod.
You love to see it.
Love to see it. But we do have a really big weekend of football coming up again. I'm already planning on what I'm going to smoke on the smoker. So when the Jags lose on Sunday, prepare to hear about all the things I've eaten in pain. That's how I cope. Mason.
Yes.
Do we? Actually, no. Sorry, we're gonna go back to best of the rest. We're gonna dive into best of the rest,
baby.
This series has quickly turned into can we find the game that no one is talking about to score the most points? Because we've done it again. We have found another small school matchup. We gave you a little bit of a teaser on Monday's episode. When Zach first found this line, it was 48.5. We're already up to 50. So these small games they're fun to watch. I mean, both games, the little bit I watched of the App State game last week was entertaining. I watched quite a bit of the Oregon State, Fresno State game that we did the week before. It was a very fun game. So there's a little magic in these small-time matchups. So we got another one this week. We are traveling to Miami of Ohio. Not famously Miami, Florida. True. I always think of the episode of The Office where Kelly marries that guy and then they're moving to Miami of Ohio and she starts giving away all her coats.
Yeah, there's another big game in Miami, Florida.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking about that. I've got
Gators coming to town.
I've got it on my list for a future category
that
we're going to be doing today. But did we want to go ahead and knock out best of the rest, Zach? Do you want to touch on some Miami of Ohio? Or no, you have UNLV. Sorry.
UNLV. Yeah. So UNLV has been in the news this year. This is kind of a different team than some of the ones we've covered so far because he's at the forefront of some of the college football conversations. Dan Mullen has become the head coach at UNLV. You may remember Dan Mullen was at Florida once upon a time. He was fired and he kind of was a personality for a while on TV and covered some football. And now he's back at UNLV. He replaced Barry Odom, who went to Purdue. But obviously, Dan Mullen is a pretty big recruiter. He's just a big name and can attract a lot of recruits. So there's a lot of excitement there. Offensive coordinator came from over from Ohio State, Corey Dennis. I'm actually not sure if he was the offensive coordinator there, but he did come from Ohio State. And then defensive coordinator is acting as interim defensive coordinator this year, Paul Gunther. Some of the other
that's
coaching
a good
pieces,
defensive coordinator name.
Yeah, Gunther
Paul
is
Gunther. Yeah,
pretty
that
cool,
dude. He's got a big thing of dip in, and he is just a defensive line coach that's now the defense coordinator. He just wants to hit somebody. Everybody's got to hit somebody.
Everybody hit somebody. It works sometimes.
He wants all 11 guys
Gunther.
flying to the ball. Like, he's old school. That's a guy the boys want to play for.
Paul Gunther. I like that.
I like it.
So we do have a couple of other people who left. Obviously, we've pretty much every team we've covered so far has had a lot of turnover in their program, which I'm not sure if that just leads to a lot of like fluctuation. We don't necessarily know who they are, so the lines are close or what. Matthew Sluka transferred out, quarterback. And there were some other transfers. There were 35 newcomers into the portal. But this is an interesting stat. 24 of the transfers came from a power conference program. That's pretty interesting. 24 guys came from a big Power 4 conference to come play at UNLV. That does not usually go that direction in my experience. They started the season off with a quarterback battle. Alex Orgy from Michigan, who played a good bit last year, not very well, which is probably why I ended up at UNLV. And another guy named Anthony Calandria from Virginia. Both these guys were battling. Alex Orgy had just got injured, actually, and so he was not playing as well either. So Anthony Calandria has pretty much taken the quarterback position over fully. He played a lot better up before the injury as well. So there are a couple of other pieces. I will tell you just some of the storylines, though. I think that quarterback battle, but Calandria has been very good so far. We'll talk about some of his stats. And UNLV's actually been pretty good. Like I said, we didn't have like a situation where a coach got fired. This was a situation where your coach got promoted to Purdue. And so they were actually in a good spot. They went 20-8 over the past 2 seasons, had back-to-back Mountain West Championship game appearances. They finished the season last year ranked number 24 in the nation. So this is not a bad team. This is not a bad program. So there's a couple of other things that their financial situation kind of went viral a little bit at the beginning of the season. They basically said they didn't have enough money to pay Dan Mullen all 5 years of his contract. We basically have enough for about 2, and we're going to hope that there's some influx of funds. Doesn't seem like a great strategy, but here we are.
Or a big boy school wants to come buy out his contract. That's
that could also
dream.
be true. Yeah, and make a nice little profit. They were picked to finish second in the Mountain West behind Boise State. That's kind of still where the projections are. Boise State's kind of dominated the Mountain West as of late. So far they've gone 3-0. So they are 3-0 coming into this matchup. They beat Idaho State 38-31. They beat Sam Houston 38-21. And most recently they beat UCLA in a very tough game for UCLA.
Which you hate to see.
You do hate to see that. So, that's a Big Ten team that they beat. That feels pretty good for them. Overall, their games have been pretty high scoring. They've got a lot of points. Calandria has kind of been the big piece there. But there was a running back, Jaden Thomas, has been very good as well. He had a dual threat quarterback, and Calandria overall defensively they gave up a lot, but they scored way more. So they ended up being very successful. Their offense really is a two-headed monster, though. If you're watching the game, you're going to hear Jaden Thomas as the running back. You're going to hear Anthony Calandria. So if you're looking for some players that you can be familiar with, those are your guys.
All right.
Yeah, pretty good. Feel good about it.
Love it. All right. So I went with, I'm a Mac guy. I love the Mac. It's what, probably 2 weeks away until we start getting some action on Tuesday nights. So that'll be another night dedicated to football. So my wife and children can watch something on Wednesdays. That's all they get. Every other night will be consumed with football. And then college basketball starts somewhere in there, and then I get Wednesdays there too. So it's just, it is what it is. So anyway, Miami of Ohio, the Red Hawks, coming off of a successful 2024 season, they went 9-5, losing in the MAC championship game to Toledo. Their head coach, Chuck Martin, this is his 12th season at Miami of Ohio. So they've got a long, like he's been there a long time. His two coordinators have been there with him for 7 years. So the system is not new. That they've been running together for a long time. The staff is very well gelled together. And this is one of the MAC schools that actually gets a pretty good crowd out to it. Their fan base, their student section is always pretty big. It's like known in the MAC they have the most attendance. I don't know how much of a factor that's really going to play, but you never know. 6 o'clock at night
could be
in where's their stadium? I had it on here.
Miami, Ohio.
No, but it's Yager Stadium in Oxford, Ohio. So I don't know why. I don't know where the Miami of Ohio thing comes from. I probably should look that up. But coming off of a good 2024 season, they actually lost all 11 starters from their offense. They were known as a defensive team, and 10 of their 11 starters from the defense come back. They only lost one player, and it was a big player, all MAC first team cornerback Rayon Strader. He transferred to Auburn, but the other 10 starters are all back. But the whole offense, all 11 starters are gone. They brought in transfer quarterback DeQuan Finn, who played for Toledo last year and he played for Toledo in 2023 and was the MAC MVP before going to Baylor for 1 year and then coming back to the MAC this year. I couldn't tell you anything that happened at Baylor. I don't know how much he played there. I don't think it was a very successful tenure. They have 3 wide receivers they're really kind of banking on coming from big programs. Dion Calzell from Notre Dame, Darian Williamson from Florida State, and Keith Reynolds from Washington. The only player returning from last year's team that had any significant playing time, he wasn't a starter, but he did play some, was Jordan Brunson, who was a true freshman last year, and they really think he could be a really strong running back for them going into this year. But really, it's all about the defense. They want to play low-scoring games, turn you over, play field position, and kind of are banking on DeQuan Finn's athleticism as a dual-threat quarterback to win them games. Now they have a really hard schedule starting out.
Yeah.
They played Wisconsin, lost 17-0. Played Rutgers the next week. I think the final score was like 48-10. It's bad.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, not great. And then they get UNLV here, and then after this game, it goes downhill. They'll get to go to the MAC schools. They're done getting beat up on. They're done playing teams that paid them to get beat up on. After that, they were projected to finish second in the MAC in the coaches poll behind Toledo, who is they're a very good MAC school. So really, it's kind of the same story as most of these. Is we've got a transfer quarterback that they're really dependent on to come in and kind of fix all their problems. This is a guy who has done well in the MAC before. Like I said, he won MAC MVP in 2023 for Toledo. But in my mind, this might be a little bit more of a defensive struggle than what we're used to in these first 2 games we picked. I know the over has been climbing. I think that's because I really think Miami, Ohio has a shot of actually winning this game.
Yeah.
It opened. We were talking about a little bit. It opened as a 2.5 point favorite for UNLV, and it opened at 3.5.
3.5.
2.5. So yeah, if I had to pick, I don't know, the over college football. I mean, it's only 50 points, 51. Doesn't feel like a ton, especially with a dual threat quarterback. And Maction
Both are dual threat. Yeah.
both two.
I'm not. From what I understand, UNLV is not too interested in playing defense, so
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. Doesn't seem like they've cared too much so far.
And another key thing we didn't look up is weather. Who knows what the weather's going to be like in Ohio this weekend? But I don't believe in the weather.
Mason,
Well, I did look up the Oxford thing. Oxford is the location of the main campus of Miami University, often referred to as Miami, Ohio, because I guess we already have a Miami, Florida. So they had to. It is 30 miles northwest of Cincinnati.
Who's the most famous player that ever played for Miami of Ohio?
Good question.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Would I know this? Is it do what? What
Ben
position?
Roethlisberger.
Oh.
Ben Roethlisberger.
I was trying to get the position.
Mason, NFL expert. My goodness.
You ever heard of him? Big Ben.
Saturday's gonna be a high of 86.
I was looking
We're
that up
clear.
next.
We're fine. We're back to the over. We've got one team that doesn't want to play defense and another team that's known for their defense in the MAC. Which
it feels like a shootout potential type game here. I'll be honest.
Two quarterbacks running wild. Final score 36-28.
Miami Ohio's been playing tough schedule. They're ready to air it out a little bit against some non-Big Ten competition.
Yeah. Has every best of the rest so far hit the over?
Yes.
Yep.
2 for 2.
There you go. 2 for 2.
Comfortably.
Why stop now if we
exactly
we're up? I agree. Let's go over. Let's just do it.
I like the over. I am
going right now though before it changes.
Yeah. I am going to take Miami of Ohio. I think they're live in this game. I think the line movement tells me that somebody knows something I don't. Somebody's smarter at gambling the way it's moved. So I like Miami of Ohio plus 2.5.
Love it.
It'll be on the TikTok card.
So over 50 and a half.
Don't ask about the TikTok card how it's gone.
Just takes 1 week, Tens. Just takes 1 week. We're fine.
Week 1 was good. All right. Well, I think that's the best of the rest. And now we're going to get into the rest, what everyone else is talking about, all the other prime time matchups and big time games. No, you came here to listen about UNLV versus Miami of Ohio.
That's a fact. People, name another podcast covering it.
You can't.
Name one.
Wait.
I don't even know if Locked On UNLV and Miami of Ohio are talking about this game. They're probably talking about what they had for lunch.
This one actually turned out to a pretty good game. I mean, I think it's two people competing for their conferences, so I think it's actually be a pretty fun game.
Same.
This is not going to be your garbage like Oregon State ended up being very bad. We covered them first. For us to say Oregon State is very bad. So at least I think we now are getting into some teams that are going to be competing. Like UNLV is like plus 1,000 for the G5 playoff spot right now, I think.
Yeah.
Which probably will come down to Boise State needing to lose one at some point and UNLV needing to win this one pretty bad. So.
All right. Love it.
Categories?
Where we want to go first? We want to go game of the week, player to watch, upset of the week.
It's a great question.
What are we feeling? What do we want to dice up?
You want to start off with something a little frisky?
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, what do you got?
Frisky? A little upset of the week? All right.
It.
So when me and Zach did this last week, he did the challenge of trying to find something that was plus 200. So it's like an actual long shot, kind of like an actual upset that would be shocking. And nothing would be more shocking to the college football world right now than the Florida Gators going down to Miami and winning. And that's what I'm going to pick.
I think isn't that who I picked last week? Florida to upset LSU?
Yeah,
Boy,
I think he did.
that didn't go well.
It didn't go well. DJ Lagway threw 5 interceptions against LSU.
Who knew?
Miami's riding a little high right now. They look like they're coasting. They're still going to be electric after Cam Ward left. Carson Beck might actually be a good quarterback. Good call by Zach. But here's
Who
the
knew?
thing. Last year, when Billy Napier had his back against the wall, knew he was about to get fired, they won some games they shouldn't have. They pulled out some magic, and I think that's what's going to happen right here. I think something's going to. I think they might bench DJ Lagway. Apparently this freshman rookie guy behind him is electric as well. Another 5-star quarterback. Who knew Billy Napier was the quarterback recruiter? I don't know. I'm going to go with the Gators. I think their defense played really well against LSU. I mean, if Lagway doesn't throw 5 interceptions, Zach might have been right last week. They might have won that game. So I'm going to go. My upset of the week is going to be the Florida Gators absolutely throwing a wrench into the ACC's plans of Miami versus Florida State being the champs because Clemson's dead.
Clemson's dead. They're not dead.
They're so dead.
Okay, my upset of the week spot. I am looking to a team. Mine is actually plus 370, so I took a significant upset potential.
I'm betting it right now.
Okay, this is a team that has the highest odds to win the G5 playoff spot, traveling to an SEC team. We're talking Tulane at Ole Miss. This is an Ole Miss team that's got some question marks still. A Tulane team that is very, very good and has been good already this season. 13.5 points. It's a lot of points. There is a potential for Ole Miss just to come out and they're not going to want to make this into a long game because I think Tulane has the firepower to play with them. But if there was a team that could compete, Ole Miss has got a big game next week, I think against LSU. This is a little bit of a look ahead spot for Ole Miss. Tulane is scary. They're like plus 380 at the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
I think they're a frisky team for sure. So this is a big spot for Ole Miss. Do they look ahead a little bit? Maybe.
I
hope so.
This was my game of the week for college football.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's why I do NFL and college just in case. So yeah, I really like this Tulane team. Their head coach is up there as far as names to watch for the next big Power 5 jobs to open up. Their quarterback is electric. This is a team that almost beat Ole Miss last year when they played. So it's just a team that's not scared. Like they're not scared. They're going to come in. They know they're a good team. Yeah. So I like their chances. I am all over Tulane this weekend because I do think we have some question marks from Ole Miss. I don't think they're not as electric and high powered as they were the last couple of years with Jackson Dart. Still very good. Lane Kiffin still is going to put up points, but
shout out Jackson Dart, by the way. Can't wait for him to make a start for the New York Giants.
Speaking of, that's a perfect segue, Zach.
Love it.
Mine is plus 260. I might definitely regret this, and I could be prisoner of the moment, but I'm going to go out and pick the Giants 6-point underdog against Kansas City, who have looked discombobulated so far this year. I know Tinsley's making faces. It is at home for the Giants. Russell Wilson coming off an insane performance, who now leads the league in passing yards, by the way. Kansas City is 0-2 against the spread. Giants are 1-1. Let's just parlay all of our upsets and put it against AI.
No.
Good idea.
No. AI has already been winning the contest, going 2-1 every week. That'd be bad.
I might put $1 down to parlay all of ours together and put $1 down.
Be rich.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
That'd be crazy. That would be the Chiefs would be dead if they lose to the Giants.
I'm kind of rooting for it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure rooting for it. I cashed out my Chiefs future before the season started because I'm out. I'm over them. I'm done with them.
You remember that one time, like 2 seasons ago, where they had a string of like really bad games that weren't covering, they were losing left and right, and everybody was doubting them, and then they won the Super Bowl that season. So I don't know. I don't think I'll ever actually rule them out, but it'd be a fun. It's in New York. Russell Wilson. Who knew?
Who knew, guys?
Who knew?
Okay, love it. Are we ready? Are we moving on? Performance of the week or player to watch? Sorry,
player to watch.
Player to watch. Tens. Who do you got?
All right, so I've got one in the NFL and one in college. I'll do college real quick. Sawyer Robertson, quarterback for Baylor, in a broken record here, but the Big 12 is wide open. Anyone could win the Big 12. Sawyer Robertson is an electric dual threat quarterback whose Heisman odds are steadily climbing. He's actually putting himself in some draft conversation with how he's played so far this year. And Baylor really depends on him. He's not only the starting quarterback who's in charge of throwing it, but he's their leading rusher. So he is their offense. So he's just someone I'm watching. I'm kind of keeping a close eye on as far as the Heisman odds go. He started the season at like plus 10,000. He's jumped up to plus 2,800. So I think if he could just
off the list.
Yes, a lot of them. So I think if he can keep doing what he's doing for Baylor and put them in the Big 12 championship game, like anything's possible. A lot of fun Big 12 matchups this weekend. It's going to be
one coming up in one of my categories too.
Yeah, I love the Big 12 so much. I just do. It's becoming like appointment television, honestly.
Except for Kansas State.
What a joke they are. The odds makers looked us in the face and said, we're putting Kansas State as the favorite to win this conference at plus 750 to start the year.
Yeah, they're really bad.
They're so bad. They're just lost. Idiots. Couldn't have ever been us betting on them.
I mean,
go BYU Cougars, by the way. All right. So, and then my NFL player to watch, well, it's 5 of them. And it's the Eagles' offensive line getting called for a false start because the NFL is going to start. This is the beginning of the end of the tush push because now it's getting blown up on broadcast. NFL refs are starting they made the Chargers line up correctly on an attempted tush push because all of their heads were past the ball. Who's been saying this since the Super Bowl? I'm tired of the tush push. I'm tired of all the offensive linemen being halfway past the ball. It's not it's not a fun play. It's not a competitive play because they do not follow the rule. So the NFL is going to crack down on it finally, and the Eagles can get out of my face. Enough. And Jason Kelce being all over Twitter today screaming at people saying, it's a competitive play. We like to play man football. Why would we want to punt? We're going to go for it on 4th and 1 and do the tush push. Well, yeah, you guys got it because you cheated. And now you're going to get flags for it constantly. So have fun, Eagles.
Mm.
And then when you guys don't have the tush push, guess what? You're going to start losing. And then what's going to happen? Nick Sirianni, hot seat, right back. It's back.
Wow.
You remember that one time he said hot seat and then they won the Super Bowl the same season?
I wasn't the only one. People were saying it. They were losing some games. People were saying, is Nick Sirianni the guy? I had the heartbeat of the Eagles fans online.
We're saying it.
You're going to laugh at my Michigan's fraud statement, but then Tinsley over here just gets away with he's going to get fired, and then he actually wins the Super Bowl.
People on Twitter were saying it. Eagles fans were out on Sirianni. He just got a miracle run. Everybody gets hot every once in a while. Doug Peterson got hot one time with Nick Foles and won a Super Bowl. Anything's possible.
Okay, Zach.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Performance of the week, or the player to watch. Sorry, player to watch. I've got 2. They're playing on the same field. Again, this is a very interesting matchup to watch. We have John Mateer, Heisman front runner. Not the front runner, but he's in the top couple
he
of
is
people.
Front runner.
Never mind, he's the front runner. Holy cow. And then we have returning to Oklahoma for the first time, Jackson Arnold, who is the starting quarterback for Auburn right now. So he had a pretty bad exit from Oklahoma. They kind of kicked him out. He did not have a very good season at all. His season started off rocky at Auburn, but he's been a little bit better. I think he's shown some signs of improvement. He will have a chance to go improve the hometown faithful wrong on Saturday in Oklahoma. Oklahoma are 6.5-point favorites in this one. Oklahoma's looking pretty good. They have a very good defense, and John Mateer has looked like the real deal so far. He's kind of a veteran presence. And the way we've seen a couple of quarterbacks around the SEC kind of taken roles who have been able to settle people down and kind of control an offense in the way that freshmen just can't do. So it'll be an interesting dynamic. I think it'll be a fun chance for both players to kind of show what they got. Mateer, it's to kind of continue his Heisman campaign. Jackson Arnold to show that he had potential and that he was treated poorly at Oklahoma. So really fun matchup to watch, see what happens on the field.
I have my college football knowledge for the segment here. Well, for the whole episode, actually.
Love it.
And it's starting out with NFL, actually. I believe it was 2010 when they had the Larry Fitzgerald, Troy Polamalu Madden cover was when they brought the truck stick, like the truck move where you just like hit the stick forward and you truck them over. I've seen John Mateer do that more than any college football player I've ever seen in my life. Like where he's just scrambling and then he'll just do like he literally just barrels down and does a truck move. That's my college football knowledge.
There you go, guys.
There you go. Football player.
He's used it more than any college football player of all time.
Well, Tim Tebow.
Nope, you already said all time, so now you can now I have to ask. Now I have to
Derrick
ask if
Henry.
you watch Tim Tebow. Yeah, Derrick Henry.
No, I said college quarterback. Oh, I meant to say quarterback.
Yeah, you meant to. Even then,
run back the tape.
You didn't. Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Mateer's done it a lot. Okay, fine. I'll watch all his every single snap he's done and I'll count all of them.
I love that.
You can't handle that much college football.
Mason.
Okay, no, that's a good matchup. Did you have anything else to say?
That was it.
Okay. My player to watch is one, Daniel Jones. A lot of people wrote him off. Backup quarterback. Well, hold on. I was high on him at the preview episode. I actually had the Colts to start, and then I chickened out and said the Texans, which that's not looking good. But anyways, Colts have the fourth best scoring offense. Still haven't kicked a punt this season, and Daniel Jones is second most. What's the why is he getting so worked up? Second most passing yards behind said Russell Wilson. They play the Titans this Sunday at the Titans.
The whole punt thing is cute until you realize they've like gone for it on multiple fourth downs, haven't gotten some
and long field goals that they've kicked.
Long field goals. They did punt once, but then there was a penalty on the defense.
Penalty that came back.
Got a first down.
This guy. Calm down. I didn't say that they're winning the Super Bowl this season. I just said, he's gone beyond what everybody expected him to do so far.
Here's what I want to say about Daniel Jones and the Colts. There's another team last year that started out really hot with a veteran quarterback, kind of took the league by storm, and then absolutely fell on their face. That'd be the New Orleans Saints. People were talking about like this Saints offense was the greatest offense they've ever seen. And then kapooey. It went downhill. Injuries caught up. Daniel Jones, pretty injury prone. I'm selling all the Colts stock you can get your hands on. All of it.
You probably get a pretty good, with them being 2-0, you probably get a pretty good bet on the Jags to win the division if that's what you're wanting to take.
No one said that. No one said anything. I'm not talking about any other. I didn't bring them up.
Zach didn't do it. I can confirm. Mason did.
Mason brings up the Jags.
I was just suggesting. I was just, I know who you're betting on.
You don't know that. I could maybe be buying stock in the Texans.
The Texans, really?
CJ Stroud's going to bounce back. I can't even say it without laughing.
Okay. We got game of the week?
We got it.
Game of the week. All right, so I gave my college one. I really think that Ole Miss Tulane game is going to be a really fun game. And you could see this Tulane team kind of take control of a potential playoff berth and all that good stuff. My NFL one for the week is going to be Broncos at Chargers, because if the Chargers win this game, they're putting themselves in the driver's seat early for the AFC West, who has been won by the Chiefs for 10 straight years.
Yeah, and once the Giants win against the Chiefs, they'll really be
behind the 8 ball. No, I've never been a big Chargers guy. I've always been kind of out on the Chargers. I was buying a lot of the hype of the Broncos going into the year. Bo Nix is kind of looking like he's having a sophomore slump, and that defense is not playing at the level it was playing last year. I know we're only at week 2, but I think this Chargers team, something's different. It's not just a hardball team that wants to run the ball and be boring and not do what you should do as a well-powered offense with a quarterback who has the arm talent that Justin Herbert has. They've looked awesome. Quentin Johnson is really bounced back. He was on the verge of being a first-round bust. He's looked really good for them. Lad McConkey is solid. So I'm starting to really like this Chargers team, and this is a really big divisional matchup in week 3. Kind of starting to set up things as we get closer to the first quarter of the season being over.
They're letting him actually sling the rock around instead of just. I felt like last year it was like they were preventing, like they were kind of holding them back. So yeah. I agree with you. So far, it looks like a different offense, and they're wanting to be a little more pass heavy than last season already. So
love it.
Maybe that's why so far the run game it's not really done well. But if it
Hampton's
really can shoot off,
yet.
Which is fine. It's literally 2 games in a rookie season, so. Genty hasn't either. So, okay. Zach?
Okay. We got a big one for the Big 12 here. Texas Tech at Utah. These are the 2 highest favor, or the most highest odds to win the Big 12. Utah is number 1. They've had a very good season so far. Texas Tech is also undefeated. Both these teams are 3-0. 3.5 point spread in favor of Utah right now. Utah is the one who destroyed UCLA in the first game of the season. They've also beaten Cal Poly and Wyoming, so they've had a kind of a soft schedule here. Texas Tech beat Oregon State last week, which we've discussed. So neither of these teams have faced a lot of competition. It's a very fun game, pretty unknowns here, but both teams kind of came in with some pretty big expectations. It's going to be a fun game. Fun game.
Firepower. Electricity.
That's what I've said.
Points.
Yeah, over-under is 57.5, so we're expecting some fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mason, all right.
Game of the week?
Game of the week. This game could get hidden during the noon Central Time games, and that is one of the 2 only matchups of both teams being 2-0. And that is the Rams at the Eagles. The other matchup of the 2-0 opponents is Cardinals at 49ers. A lot of news and discussion we've already talked about. Is Tens correct? The ref's gonna, put a little bit of cap on this tush push play. Rams are a 3-point underdog. I could see them giving the Eagles a run for their money. That is my matchup of the week.
Yeah,
like I said,
I love it.
Hidden in the new.
They're going to start throwing flags on it, and then the Eagles are going to melt down, and it's going to throw off their juju of the game, and boom, Rams money line.
I do love it. I do have Red Zone. The ads have not really, we've not talked about it, but the ads have not really been an issue. But this makes me want to get Sunday Ticket, because more than likely that is a noon game I'm going to want to watch. But we'll probably have the Colts and Titans, and then some other game where both opponents are 0-2, or a bad game like the Packers and Browns, where it's like a 9-point favorite for the Packers, and I'm going to be watching both of those games instead of, that game.
All the ones you want to watch. Yeah,
exactly.
Sucks.
Might have to buy Sunday Ticket after this.
If you switch back to Verizon, they'll just give it to you. Fun fact.
Might do that. No, it's kind of worth it.
Saw that sign outside.
Could be worth it.
Delivering the other day. All right.
We have an AI bet, folks.
We do. So far we're not counting individual legs, so it's 0-0.
It's
No
an
one's
L.
won this. Yeah, no one's won yet.
Fine.
So yeah, this is supposed to be fun. It's us versus the AI for the season. Who's gonna hit more parlays?
We're having fun.
So far, we're equal. We're equal to machine, and we're just three average guys.
Yeah, the entire knowledge of the human race versus us, and we're tied.
Yeah, so
Pretty good.
So take that. So I've got the thing is AI likes to move lines around for real no reason, and they use BetMGM for most of their lines. So, and we're a DraftKings podcast, mostly just because that's where we all have all of our money in. I'm not gonna go line shopping for AI. I'm not gonna help them do their job. So AI's parlay is gonna come out to plus 587. Here we go. They're taking Michigan minus 2.5 against Nebraska.
Odds.
Fake Patrick Mahomes is going to destroy them.
Yeah, there's no way fake Patrick Mahomes is going to let Michigan do anything to him. USC minus 17.5 against Michigan State. And I'll be honest, I kind of like Michigan State money line. I love the Michigan State quarterback. I was on record last year that I love this kid.
Is USC like decent at football this year? Like I feel like I've not heard a single thing about that program.
Their offense is like firepower.
It's really hard when they start games at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I even watch this?
Well, I've been watching Cal games instead of USC.
It's tough.
I'm a big Cal. There's things I want to say about that quarterback, but I'm going to save him. There's just things. All right, so USC minus 17.5. And then their last leg is Oregon State, who just, oh man, they're bad. Against Oregon, over 55.5. I actually like that leg because I think Oregon might.
They're going to score it themselves. Yeah,
Oregon might score.
It's a rivalry game. They don't like each other, so Oregon ran it up on Oklahoma State. I think Oregon's going to run it up on Oregon State. Yeah. Oregon State lost 45-14 to Texas Tech, and Oregon is a significantly better team.
Yeah,
I think Oregon scores that all by themselves. Is that the actual over/under 55?
55, yeah.
That feels pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Might need to take that one.
I helped A on that because they originally gave me 57. And I was like, that's not even the line, AI. Where are you getting these numbers from, big dog?
Dadgummit. Making up their own betting lines.
All right. And then, so for us, I gave out Atlanta Falcons minus 5.5 against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are already having a bad time this season. Well, what would make it worse? How about their two highest paid offensive linemen being out for the rest of the year?
It's not great.
Their center and guard are both out the rest of the year, which is a very key part of blocking for a 5'9" quarterback. Is your guards have to keep the middle of the pocket clean. This is a disaster. The Falcons have found a very good pass rush in James Pierce and the other kid they drafted from Alabama. They were getting after JJ McCarthy, and this Falcons offense can run the ball with Bijan, and the Panthers cannot stop the run whatsoever. So I think the Falcons run them out of the building, and then you're going to have the head coach for the Falcons seats getting hot. It's time to start mock drafting your next quarterback.
Okay. I took from one of my categories, I took Oklahoma minus 6.5. I think this is an opportunity for Oklahoma's defense to really shine. I think Oklahoma kind of stepped up in a big way against Michigan. I think this team is a lot better than last year. Defensively, they've been pretty good. Offense, I think John Mateer has stepped up. I think Jackson Arnold is not going to have the day he wants to have back in Norman, and they're going to get the last laugh. I'm taking Oklahoma minus 6.5.
Love it.
I love that pick. It's definitely going to be on my card.
Final pick for the next guy at parlay against AI. I have the backup quarterbacks that everybody wants to see Just kidding. But the Falcons and the Bengals over 41.5. Defense also scores points, everybody. So give me over 41.5 Bengals and Vikings. One of the lowest totals of the weekend. I think it goes over.
I like it. I like the backup magic. I do. The Bengals are going to score points. Jake Browning he threw 3 picks, but I think he threw 2 touchdowns as well and rushed for 1. The Vikings defense is missing some guys, so I think Carson Wentz will be fine. Yeah. I think we're about to see.
Might be an upgrade. Some are saying.
Some are saying JJ McCarthy has an issue throwing the football.
That might be a semi hot take, but I'm kind of feeling that way right now with how he's played. Besides that fourth quarter of week 1, so if you didn't have a reason to watch that game, now you do. So our total equals out to plus 595.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm taking it right now.
Oh, yeah. Just took it.
All right. Good work, everybody.
All right.
Is that a pod?
Dang it. Pod. I was going to ask it. I never ask it. That's it. I'm out of here.
Okay. Well, thank you all for listening. We appreciate it. We have a lot of fun here. So follow us on TikTok as well. Tins has been cooking over there. He has won some bets, I think I've heard. A couple.
Yeah. Week 1, we won. We won NFL week 1. Don't ask about week 2.
Don't ask.
The sharp guys win week 1. The dummies win week 2. So we're gonna be back on week 3.
Tins won us some money in a big parlay last weekend as well.
2.
Yeah, a couple big ones. Tins was
some
cooking.
are saying 2. If you want to see all my bets, you can just join our DraftKings group. That's how you see all our parlays. And that I have cashed the boys. Not Mason. He wasn't paying attention. He missed a big one.
That happened. Yeah.
If you would like that, DM me on Twitter. So
another one was 5 yards from winning Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that was tough. That would have been a third big one. That's all right. We live to fight another day.
We will be back on Monday to recap the weekend, to talk about how all the things went, to best of the rest. We'll talk about how we performed against AI. So be with us there. We hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you then.